We're recording.
Live. Jeez. So today's
On the
T-
house, you on this
how were you taught that the USA responded to World War One when it was over? How did we discipline niggas when it was over?
Are we recording? Right now?
Yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. My World War One knowledge isn't as good as my World War Two knowledge.
Yeah. That's cool. Totally understand. Darius,
what was the question?
how do you think America went about disciplining Germany for World War Two?
Disciplining them?
Yes.
I know the answer to this. Let me see if I can pull it out of the Rolodex real quick.
Oh, you said about World War Two?
World War One.
Oh.
Sorry if I said two. I meant one.
How did we discipline Germany? Okay, man, we took this shit out. We fined them, right? Did we fine them?
Yeah.
Some sort of sanctions, I'm guessing. I remember the fine. I can't remember exactly what the terms were, but I know we fined them, and I'm sure we put some sort of sanctions on them guys.
Yep. So it make you wonder how we responded. It makes you wonder what happened and what all this was really for. So when World War One ended, we had the Treaty of Versailles, where they punished them. We actually took all production from them, everything that can produce, every factory, every warehouse. We took a lot of guns. We took tanks, aircrafts. Like they took everything that they possibly could take from them. But then, and they charged them like $300 billion or $30 trillion in fine. They were responsible financially for the entire war.
They're just in debt.
Yeah. And so it put them in hyperinflation for a couple of years. But then in the early 1920s, America like completely reversed every single punishment that they did. They gave them hundreds of billions of dollars in capital to like rebuild their economies, rebuild everything, and turn them into so before China, how we look at China as like the factory of the world. Before China, it was Japan. Before Japan, it was Germany. And so this goes back to this time. Germany was like, they were making everything. So the fact that we like rebuilt their whole economy top to bottom, we replenished their whole economy, the people living better. And what did they do with being up and cool and like, all right, we back, we cool now. In World War II, like, it's like, they punched Germany in the mouth, Germany down and out. Nigga, America reach out, give him a hand back up. Nigga took a knife out, trying to get it. It's like,
that's so crazy.
Bro, that shit is wild. Like, do you think it was right to have helped them in a state of need, needing to be helped? You know, like they are an economy that's down bad, but they started a war.
That's true.
At the same time.
But I mean, do you think any of us thought that would happen? Like, you would probably think at the time, like, okay, we're gonna build you back up, so in turn you're just gonna be in debt to us for like as long as this prosperity lasts. So I don't think anybody ever thought that they would just come back and like
attack
like,
again,
yeah,
like
I'm
still on your ass.
Yeah, like, I'm doing push-ups.
Bro, that's crazy. That's a crazy story to tell. How you feel about that? Like that's really what happened. Like we handled a whole ass war that way.
That sound like an everyday hood story.
Right. Double crossed it.
Come back and take everything
Bro,
you got for real.
That shit is crazy. America.
That's what I mean. As America, you feel me? That's what we do. We captain save. When you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, as a world power, that's what we consider ourselves doing, to saving everybody. So
Man,
it's not surprising, to say the least.
Right.
It's not surprising for sure.
that shit is crazy. I love thinking about that. Like, when you really know what happened, you just be able to word it different. Like, damn, these niggas not shit.
Yeah.
What if that was on purpose though? Like, what if, like, I ain't trying to get into like conspiracy aspect of it, but like, there's a thing that's like wars are purposely caused and purposely ended, and so when you think about that, that's one of the deadliest conflicts
Here's
in
the
world
thing about
history.
America: we either A, really suck at helping niggas correctly,
Fact.
or B, we always on some underground conspiracy shit where we got hidden agendas with shit. Because you can say the same shit about where we just pulled out of Afghanistan. We just pulled out of and left them all them guns and helicopters. That shit quieted down real quick. You don't even hear about that shit no more. They got all of our equipment, helicopters, guns,
Everything.
uniforms, every training equipment, everything. You feel me? And so either we really suck because we was there to help them rebuild. We was in their nation building. So we either really suck at helping niggas or we always got some sort of hidden agenda. It's either one or the other. You feel me? That's what I think about America.
If you think about it as a world power, America is kind of like new money, and all the other world powers are old money. So we're really inexperienced with a lot of shit when it comes in relation to other countries, like China and old Soviet.
China, they OGs of getting paper.
Yep.
Really.
And conquering. Like,
that's facts.
We inexperienced, but we came in doing shit a different way, and I think that's why niggas really fuck with us. You feel me? Like, okay, America come in, they on some whole other shit for freedom shit, some equal opportunity, giving niggas chances shit. Like, they really trying to look out for everybody, whatever the propaganda story was portrayed. So that's why a lot of people like leaned on us or trusted us or whatever the case may be.
So what you saying that? Okay, so I personally feel like America is like a copycat of like the UK breeding and shit like that. When you look at it, like our banking system is modeled after theirs, the Federal Reserve come after them, the government, part of our government structure come after them. What makes us? Why are we different from them? Their money built our economy. We was getting loans from them. The very first Americans was British people.
Propaganda. It's the story. It's the way you present some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the way you present some shit. The average person don't know that shit. Our shit is they shit because they built this shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? It wasn't no American niggas who really.
There was nothing American. Like,
These niggas, them niggas, we got great minds from other countries who really put all of these American systems, quote unquote, in place.
Facts.
But niggas don't know that though.
Like foundationally, I don't even know if that's a word, but UK is most of our foundation, but then we took from every other country.
Right, literally everywhere. They've been everywhere, and we took it from everywhere.
We a melting pot in more ways than one. You feel me?
Facts.
In more ways than one. That's a fact.
I think that's crazy.
In terms of propaganda, I think we might be one of the best at that, though.
Oh, facts.
Like,
shit.
We're the entertainment capital.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yo, I think they got a fake Kim Jong-un. Like, have you seen those pictures?
Them niggas win the NBA championship every year. They don't even participate.
Man, facts.
Them niggas is cold out there.
Bro, that's so crazy.
It's cold out there, bro.
They said Kim Jong-un has never taken a shit ever.
Have y'all seen the interview? Y'all seen that movie? The
interview with Seth Rogen and one of the dude who played in Spider-Man. Harry. Yeah.
In Spider-Man.
James Franco.
Oh, James Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit funny though.
He said, "Don't hate me because you ain't me." Yeah. That movie is hella dumb.
That's how that shit really is.
That's crazy.
They have the fake fruits and shit in the store.
Yeah, a whole fake store.
They really out there starving.
What's that one K-pop group that like is in every commercial?
BTS.
Yeah,
I think
Aren't
so.
they
one of them?
Korea?
Yeah, something like
One
that.
of the Koreas. Yeah, they from somewhere.
One of the Koreas.
Yeah.
They from over somewhere.
They in that area.
K-pop, Korean pop. So they from one of them motherfuckers. One of the Koreas. I doubt they from North Korea. I don't know exactly how North Korea works, but I know it ain't sweet like that. Nigga, they just becoming international singers out of North Korea.
Right.
Type shit.
I didn't even know
never
who they
know.
were, and then I heard like they're in every single commercial. Every single commercial is their song. First time I heard that, I was like, wow, that's
that
crazy.
big bread. They funded North Korea shit.
Right. You never know. How is North Korea eating?
Remember I showed you that video of the military nigga from North Korea like escaping?
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that shit? He was like running for his life. You feel me? North Korean army like busting at him, chopping at him, bro. He crashed. He crashed
trying
like
to get
a
across
Jeep.
that line.
He had to like sprint. He had to run for it. But as soon as you cross that line, like literally, it's like a line in the middle of some grass. You feel me? In the South Korea, they legally can't do nothing to you. You feel me? So they arrested. Oh, he got shot. He got shot.
I was about to say, did he get shit? He got shot like 3-4 times.
Yeah,
maybe more than that.
Yeah, at least 4 times.
They was plucking his ass, but he made it though.
Hey, that's how hectic it is.
He made it.
That's how hectic it is. That's some real creepy shit, man.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But anyway, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I was about to say that's so crazy that like how real estate works and how like that's even a thing. Like as soon as you cross this line, I can't shoot you anymore. There's a force field.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, and what's
gonna
crazy?
be a whole problem, like a whole intercontinental problem. Like everybody gonna get involved. You shoot a nigga on the side of this line. You feel me? All the allies, everybody jumping in this.
How do y'all feel about that though? Because now that's like how maps are redrawn. All maps that you know of have been redrawn a bunch of times throughout history to decide land. So like, how do you feel about how that beef kind of originates there? Like, across this line is no longer my jurisdiction. But like when you think about how that happened, like niggas had to give that land up or take that land, assert that this was theirs.
Was conflict. Like we fighting over some
crazy.
shit. We clashing right here.
Yeah.
So we gonna make this right here. This where we clashing it. We ain't letting y'all over here. Y'all ain't letting us over here. This gonna be the DMZ. You feel me? The demilitarized zone. You feel me? No activity right here. You feel me? Y'all stay on your side. We stay on our side, and that's just what it is. But I don't know how come up with that, but I guess
that's really what separates us from animals, like the ability to just like collaborate like that, even with your enemies. Like, just come to the conclusion, this line right here, don't cross it.
Shit, animals do that shit too. A tiger or a lion or something to piss. You feel me? My territory. I'm gonna piss on this tree and that tree. Nigga, you cross my piss line.
Shit, right?
You cross my piss line. First off, you nasty.
Right.
I gotta get off you off the screen. Light your ass. Real shit. But that's a fact though. That's some crazy shit, man. Even within the U.S., that's that red line and shit. I don't know how they came up with 50 states, like we separating this, and each state got their own laws outside of the federal laws. Like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Part of me want to know, and part of me, the other half of me, hear the OGs saying stay out them white folks' business.
Right. I feel like we gotta know. That's how we learn.
Facts.
That's what us not knowing is why we in the position we in right now.
Yeah, that's a fact though.
But anyway, welcome back to a 5th edition of the Finley Footsteps podcast. It's Big Chapo.
Yes, sir. Dear Brother Flair, Big D's out
the one and only.
It's just Melijah.
As usual.
Yes, sir. Melly J.
Man.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot to talk about. So I wanted to start off by talking about something futuristic. I told him we could really discuss some Bitcoin, or we could discuss like the metaverse. The metaverse really excites me. He said that was kind of more like entertaining topic as well. That's how I feel. Like the metaverse. Okay, so I don't know every tiny little detail about the metaverse, but I fuck with what I think it is. Like what I know about it this far, I know they're gonna be fucking around with the virtual headsets, virtual reality, kind of like personal programming and shit. So like you gonna be creating your life. You're gonna be creating your perfect life digitally, basically. That's all I know. I don't know about what software and how niggas going about what, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Like you're gonna be able to create your life in perfect form digitally. And I kind of fuck with that. You know, like obviously it got its pros and cons. You know, I think we should. That's why I brought it up. I want to hear what y'all kind of feel about that. But
I'll let Melijah go first.
So how do y'all feel like what give some of your pros and cons as it pertains to how that's going to affect us moving forward as an economy? That shit sound cool, but not everything about it can be cool.
At a technological aspect, I think it's really cool and exciting, and I think it's like a jump in the limits that technology can take us.
Yeah.
But it also scares me on oh man, I watched too many Black Mirror episodes and the virtual reality
I remember you showed me one of those episodes. That shit was fucking my head up. It was
I can't
I can't even remember too much about it it was like an apocalyptic world. They was running through the woods. They was escaping through an abandoned apartment. It was crazy. It felt real. Like it wasn't like no scary movie. It felt like some real fucked up shit was happening. Right. It was crazy.
I ain't never seen Black Mirror.
Yeah, I never saw it either. I just remember we watched that.
I do hear it get referenced all the time.
Yeah.
But shit, I don't got too many pros. Shit, I'm scared. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm scared.
Nah, I feel you on that though. I kind of feel the same. Like,
you feel me? Like all the little shit sound cool. Like, oh, you could do this. You feel me? Nike got the shoes and the virtual.
Yeah.
Like when you was talking about the economy, I think it's creating a whole new economy, a virtual economy. Like that's gonna be a whole new avenue. You feel me? Money for a lot of these businesses. But you feel me? I got a macro perspective on it. Like that shit could get scary. Like I believe you could create your perfect life damn near in real life.
That's
you
a
feel
fact.
me? Or
I
you should
agree
be
with
at
that.
least be striving to.
you should feel like you could, right?
I feel like we giving these kids or lazy people or weirdos an excuse to stay weird. You
That's a
feel
fact.
me?
I
And
agree.
now you could be something you not in the virtual world. Like I don't give a damn about your virtual character. You feel me? Like they're gonna be getting married in the virtual world and be fat slobs on their couch, never met each other in real life type shit. Like I don't know what's up.
But to that point though, doesn't that exist already on social media? I will 100% agree with you, but you saying that out loud, my brain hadn't articulated it the way you just said it. And so now that I'm thinking about it, what is the difference from what you just said versus social media right now? It's fat slobs at home right now. That's
but you not
faking like they Nicki Minaj.
You not
on Instagram.
That's freaking.
Real shit though.
That's true.
Real shit. Real dead ass. You know Lil Nas X was a Nicki Minaj fan page before he got famous?
I seen that. He was a bar.
Like, what?
I mean, being a bar, man, actually being.
No, he ran an actual fake Nicki Minaj page though.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was a bar. You Google it.
Yeah, nah, I'm not putting that in my cookies.
You know you're interested in that.
But yeah, I don't know, man. The metaverse scared me. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I get it, but you feel me? For one, I'm not a huge video gamer person anyway. Type shit. Like I get it, I fucks with it, but I ain't. That's just not me. You feel me? I'm like I said, you could build your perfect life in real life. You feel me? You know, I don't know what all is entailed in the metaverse. Of course, like we just talking about propaganda to start this shit.
Yeah.
They gonna tell you it's for this, for that, for one thing, you feel me? But their actual applications, the technological applications and what they could do with it, what they could potentially do with it is
access to.
Exactly, it's scary, dog. You don't know what's the real ramifications of this are gonna be. You feel me? So I don't know. I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mess with the technology in general.
Yeah. I feel you.
We gotta keep a watch on these dudes, man, and what they really doing.
Right. When you said, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
When you said video games, when you talk about how you don't play video games, it made me think about a metaverse NBA 2K. Like if you could actually be like whatever character you create.
Like a Wii, that's like the Wii and PC and PlayStation 5 kind of merging into real life.
Yeah.
But
that's a smart ass idea. I like that.
They do got some VR shit, the Oculus and shit like
Yeah. My sister got an Oculus. That shit kind of tight.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they've been kind of.
But I just don't want it to I don't want it to overpower real life. Like I don't want it to replace real life.
Yeah.
I get it if that's just a game. Like we make sure we keep it that it's a game. Nigga,
right.
We still need to.
A lot of people ain't gonna be able to separate the two.
Man,
that's true.
You feel me?
I feel like a lot of people are addicted to the game, even not in the metaverse. Like a lot of people can't get off of video games.
Right.
Man.
Imagine if that becomes close to real life for them.
They be on the game 24 hours. Imagine you really are in the game. You really this nigga parachuting with the big guns and shit. When you do come outside in real life, this shit already mania outside. Like it's already scary going outside. Like you better protect your neck. But now niggas walking outside thinking they really Billy Badass.
Right.
With the
Rambo.
It's gonna get ugly.
John Wick.
Think they John Wick for real? It's gonna get ugly. It can get ugly.
That's true.
You feel me? A lot of people can't separate virtual shit from real life, man. especially kids. I don't want kids to be negatively influenced, man. Like, you still need to learn real life and be a real person, like.
Right. Learn a lot. Like, it's a whole life,
man,
a whole world of shit.
A whole world of shit. Like, man, niggas ain't gonna want to be striving to be in the NBA for real if they could be Steph Curry.
Right.
Every time they put their little metaverse headsets on or whatever the fuck they doing, you feel me? So I don't know. It could go either way. But what's some of the pros that y'all, somewhere in the pros y'all fuck with though?
Okay, so in the same things that we are kind of reflecting on as negative, I think that shit could be viewed as a pro. Just like how we talk about somebody being able to create their perfect life. If we are looking at people who feel like mentally incapacitated, like how we say, me and you are, it's easy for us three to probably say, nigga, you could create your perfect life in real life. That's easy to say. Somebody in the world is genuinely convinced that it's not. Now, we can argue whether we are right or they are wrong, but nonetheless, somebody is convinced it's hard as fuck to make my perfect life in real life. But here, I have a platform or an outlet where it is effortless for me.
Life ain't supposed to be easy, man.
That's true. I agree. I'm just saying, what do you do when somebody is already of that belief mentally? You know, like, by the time it's a belief and they really feel this way, it's kind of hard to change somebody's feeling like that, you know? If I'm genuinely convinced that my life can only improve on some metaverse type shit, or I only feel happy when I'm the person that I've created, are they wrong for that? It's okay for us to disagree with it, but does that make them?
I don't know if it's a wrong or right thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a wrong or right. Like, I don't know if it's like some morality type shit, but I still think it's weird. Like, nigga, like, we shouldn't like promote that. I don't think, like,
Yeah.
So just fuck real life, like.
I'm not saying fuck real life, but if it's helping people cope with real life or assist with real life, that's enough for me to look at. Like I said, the same thing we was just talking about as a negative, if we look at it from that lens, it can be viewed as a positive.
If it's applied like on some therapeutic type shit, like,
that's what I was thinking.
So apply with guidelines, with restrictions.
This is what life could be if you really apply your shit. You can apply yourself to this shit. So yeah, with some guidelines, but I don't know if we should just be letting niggas just run free with that. Like, it's just that's just what it is. You feel me?
I can see how with like meditation, like a big part of meditation is visualization.
Yeah.
And that could kind of expedite the process a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could see how it could be good on that standpoint. But I don't know. Too much of anything is bad. So
That's true.
That's a fact. That's a big fact. But yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. But what it really is for me is I don't necessarily trust the powers that be, you feel me? Like, the niggas who really creating the shit and putting shit forth, like, all they care about is the money at the end of the day.
Right.
So it's in their best interest, you feel me, for you to be fully
controlled,
be fully involved. I guess I can't think of the right word, but be fully involved in the metaverse. Like, spend all your money in the metaverse, right? You feel me? Like, niggas who running that shit, it's in their full interest for you to be.
But is that their fault? We control our access to the metaverse, and if we are, because I mean, I agree with you. Like, they only care about our participation and shit. But how we was talking about consumerism last time, that ties into that. But there is none of that without our succumbing to it. You get what I'm saying? So, like, they can only do so much. If we find it convenient, just like why niggas drink soda. Soda is the number one leading cause of obesity. Obesity is the number one cause of diabetes, and diabetes is one of the number one leading causes of death. Therefore, soda by itself is one of the number one leading causes of death. That can be empirically proven. Right. So when you look at it that way, niggas still drinking soda though. Coca-Cola prices rising every year. They paying a higher dividend every year. So when you look at it like that, niggas know what's wrong, still gonna consume
They
it.
still going.
So
That's a fact.
Yeah.
what do you do at that point when?
You can, as a business owner.
I mean, a lot of these
capitalize.
things are addictive.
Like, yeah, you gotta invite that. You gotta go sign in on whatever metaverse shit. You gotta link an account. You chose to do that shit.
Yeah.
Even though I gave you the option, I made it cool and convenient for you. You took it upon yourself to do it.
That's a tough word. That's a tough thing, man. That's a tough thing. Cause shit, let's take it back then. We speculating about what the metaverse could be. You brought up niggas really doing this type shit on social media. So let's bring it back to that then. So, cause I don't got social media for them for a lot of reasons, but those are some of the reasons.
Yeah.
Like I'm not with all that fake pretending to be whatever, showing out for people. Like I'm not with none of that. Like,
Yeah, me either. But I don't even use social media for that. Remember, I was telling you, look, niggas only see what I want them to see. I only post what I want to post. I only niggas don't. You could choose.
Follow,
Yeah, you could choose to be having your location on 24/7, which is crazy. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you give somebody the option to know where you are 24/7? You feel me? But
And there's so much value in that. Like, we weren't designed to know everything about a person's life that lives 50 miles away.
facts.
type shit.
Like,
But that's what fuck people look, cause you don't know everything about it. You only know what they posting. Most
That's
people
true,
only post
yeah.
the good shit or
Fact.
whatever. You feel me? So that causes depression in itself. Like you looking at other people on social media, and it's all peachy keen. You feel me?
Right.
Everything is lovely. Niggas living life, living lavish, always fly, always somewhere. But that's just all they post. You feel me? Type shit. So now you thinking you less than or you ain't. You feel me? Doing what you need to be doing.
Right.
Or where you need to be at, you feel me? So that shit, all that type shit causes depression, man. Like all of this virtual shit causes depression, man. I think the metaverse, all of that shit, like cause like real life depression. You only happy when you in another world, you in another dimension type
Agreed.
shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's get back to real life for a second.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I'm down with all the technological advances across the board. You feel me?
Yeah, in general, life is progressing,
But God, dog,
I think
bro, we
comments.
done lost so many like morals and just normal human things about ourselves. You feel me? Like I'm a primal type of nigga. You feel me? I'm a primal type of nigga. So I always go back to like the origins of humanity.
Right.
I look at animals and shit, like how shit really like naturally is supposed to be. You feel me? But that's just me. Everybody not like that. Everybody don't agree with that.
Right.
You feel me? But that's just me. So that's where I'm coming from with it. Like I'm just not with all of the extra shit.
Do y'all think this is just one of those symptoms of a technological progression though? Because I mean, how you was just talking about primal times and origin stories, if we go back to that time, if we could speak to somebody from all ancient eras of time, they look at us and feel like what the hell? Where did we go wrong in life? You feel me? Because we do things differently now than we used to. Whereas somebody from a generation ago looks at us, just how you said it causes depression and shit like that. 100% true, I agree. They look at that as like y'all always got them video games, y'all always got y'all phones in y'all hands, y'all always watching that TV, that's why y'all going through this. You know, like our OG generation would say that about us, but it's like, do we gotta just take that? Doesn't that come with the progression? You know, if we moving forward, something always gonna change, something always gonna be done differently. Technology made us lazier. There are less skilled people now, less farmers, less actual, like, I contribute this to my economy, right? That used to be the thing. That was going back to how we was just talking about the British people and all that. Thomas Jefferson, that's what caused like the beef between the North and the South. The South felt like, I mean, fuck college, fuck all that industrial shit. Niggas need skills, nigga. We farm. Fuck school, nigga. You hit that farm. Them niggas like, nah, nigga, we moving this way. We trying to build some shit, shit like that. Like that's how banking, all of that started. So, do we just take depression, or do we just take whatever we perceive to be negatives that come with all of this technological shit? Do we just gotta take that and deal with it, or do you think there's like a real life, implementable way of kind of continuing the progress that we've been making, continuing making the groundbreaking insights while minimizing the negative impacts on them? Because sometimes to me it feel like if we gotta take that to get there, fuck it.
Yeah, I guess there is sacrifices and everything.
Yeah.
And that includes evolution. Like, going back to the primal thing, like, giraffes probably didn't have long necks and they just kept stretching.
Food getting higher.
Yeah, like, damn.
Them niggas over there ate the shit over there. I gotta eat up there.
Yeah, that shit is. At a certain point, it becomes self-destructive, dog. I feel like it's a crash course. Like,
I agree. You ever heard the term race to the bottom?
The what?
Race to the bottom.
No.
If you ever get time, read about that. It's like a world thing. The whole entire world and the world's major countries are racing to the bottom. If you read about this shit, it is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is. Crazy. It sounds like something I'm not really with you.
Yeah. That's why I asked, because it sounded like exactly what you was getting ready to say. Like, it's.
No, I ain't never heard that.
It's honestly fucking crazy.
But it's a crash course, man. My opinion, like, yeah, we got all these technological advances, whatever we build and shit. But at what cost to us? Like, the world is really, like, all of this shit has real life implications.
Right.
You feel me? Like climate
This
change, global warming, shit.
Right.
You see what's going on with the weather and shit. It was just 7 tornadoes in the span of 24 hours in the Midwest.
Damn.
Knocked off triple-digit numbers of
Right.
people. You feel me? Like shit like that. Even with food,
warehouses.
like you talked about farming. Like even with food, like we so busy building whatever, whether it be warehouses or whatever we doing, we don't even got enough fresh food to feed niggas. We processing food, we stuffing processed food in the niggas. Like how far does that go? You feel me? We stuffing all this processed food in the people, all this bullshit. Like we gonna kill ourselves before it's all said and done. Like yeah, what's the purpose of having all of these technological advances? If you feel me, at the end of the day, we gonna wipe ourselves out because of we ain't eating nothing good. We putting bullshit in our body.
Right.
Niggas ain't like we ain't prepared for nothing. Like everything not no fucking game. Now warfare now. If we was to go to war with niggas, we talking about nuking every. We just gonna blow ourselves.
Facts.
We just gonna blow up
It's
the
just
whole.
the end.
It's mutually
Because
assured
niggas gotta
destruction.
respond. So like,
Mutually assured destruction. We just gonna blow it. Nobody. Even you feel me on some hood niggas just gunplay. Ain't nobody from the shoulders no more. Like nobody. Like we don't have no
guidance, no
nothing,
rules.
like no nothing. Like we killing each other. We gonna kill. We fucking the planet up. We destroying nature, cutting trees down. We animals going extinct and shit. Like the polar ice caps is melting and shit. It's a new animal out here, nigga. It's a growler, nigga. You seen the growler, nigga?
Nah, I ain't seen that.
The grizzly bears and the polar bears.
Google it right now.
Grizzly bears and polar bears is mating now because
they both hungry. Shit.
Ice caps is melting those.
Fact, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We both hungry, homeless.
Ice over there, nigga. Like
shit, niggas start migrating like, hey, that piece of ass. Dude, she looking fine in the motherfucker right now. Nigga. That was jungle fever, nigga. She looking fine over there. Look at the snow bunny.
The snow bunny.
She looking alright.
They call it this one say it's a Paisley or a roller, nigga.
What the fuck?
Like polar bears and grizzlies is mating with each other, my nigga. A grizzly polar bear hybrid.
You seen that too?
It occurred both in captivity and in the wild.
Oh,
nigga.
Paisley. T. Paisley.
Like, it's got like a big yellow stain on its neck too.
You feel me? Yeah, that shit. Yeah,
that shit is sad. Like,
certain shit in our post, like they both bears, I guess at the end of the day, but we don't want to get too far.
Right.
Like, we don't want too much cross mating out here,
like
nigga.
Bearfish.
Right. Bitch.
Come here, bitch.
Yeah, we don't want to start fucking our food and shit. We don't want to do that. The grizzlies is fucking the salmon and shit. We don't want that.
Shit crazy.
But yeah, so I think it's like I said, like I really do fuck with technology. I'm a technology dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I told you about my pops. Like he was growing up, he was a technology nigga. Like that's what he do. He build computers and shit. He always had like the newest earpieces, new phone, new whatever. Like he was a technology type of dude. So I do fuck with technology just instinctually. You feel me? But I also could look at the macro aspect of it and the long term aspect and see that it's not all good, you feel me? It's not all good for sure.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna be some some drawbacks.
Like I said, there's always sacrifices.
Being so intertwined, yeah.
The sacrifices for sure.
Like look at all the technological advances we made in wars, just in like basic engineering.
Remember the first nigga to pull out that automatic.
Deferred ride.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
That stuff the next bullet it made shit.
This nigga. Dude, he's not stopping, Major. Like, what do I do?
Retreat.
This
Right. Nigga ain't stopped.
We back to square one. Man. But that's what I'm saying. That shit keep going though. You feel me? Man, it won't be no soldiers on the ground. It's gonna be all drone niggas. We drone striking niggas.
Yep. Okay.
And next thing you know, we gonna be nuking everything.
It's funny you say that, bro, because I read some shit where China actually said that in like 1999. China actually admitted they would never win a physical war with America.
Right.
America strategically plays shit to where it's not in niggas' best interest to physically go to war. But they did talk about how they would digitally eradicate us. With access to everything that exists, they'd be able to hack some shit and turn it off immediately.
We get hacked often.
Trade routes gone, phone systems down, TVs down, power lines down, everything down.
Yeah, technology.
And that shit is crazy. Like, damn. If you think about our naval ports, we got like though. I was watching another video. I forgot the name of the YouTube channel, but he's super popping. But he did it. He did an interview with like somebody who worked for like the FBI or some shit like that, and he broke down why our naval ports was like the biggest waste of space in the world. He's like, why do we keep increasing military spending every year? Right. And then he broke down how the naval ports is costing like $10 million a day, and they just sitting there. He said, they sitting there in the middle of the ocean, ain't nothing going on more times than not. He said, if China wanted to do something to us, they would send a machine to go do it. They not sending no big ass boat across the Atlantic Ocean to fight America. They gonna send a drone that you never even saw coming. Fact. And it's gonna take out that whole thing. Those naval ports got planes on top of them. People on top of them, boats on top of them.
But
that drone would sink that whole thing.
See though, like I don't know if we definitely don't need to be increasing spending, but we definitely have to control it. We definitely need to be controlling the sea and shit. Yeah. Though, like control, you feel me? There's pirates out there still. You feel me? Like we need to control like the niggas travel and shit, goods to make assure the safe travel of goods and shit. Right. So it's more than just actual wartime shit, but just the safe travel of goods and different things like that for sure. But even that though. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, even that go back to us not knowing, like us as Americans or even as humans not knowing what to do primarily, you feel me? Like if China did hack all our systems and shit, we didn't have whatever, you feel me, whatever they hack everything, shit, that we back to the bare minimum, the basics, you feel me? We don't got lights, they done shut everything off. We don't know, niggas not gonna know what to do.
We gonna be fucked
Niggas have no idea what to do.
We be sick.
Nigga, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna start me a little fire, nigga, or something. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be cool, cause I still, you feel me, believe in all of that type of shit. Like I know we don't gotta live that way. You feel me? Obviously, niggas not living like that, but just being aware and like knowing how to do the basics. You feel me? Like cook you some pork and beans, nigga, over the quick little bonfire or something. Like niggas wouldn't know what to do, man. Niggas wouldn't know what to do. They woke up and they lights didn't turn on. They TV didn't turn on, they couldn't turn the heat on. It's getting cold out here. The heat didn't work. They wouldn't know what to do out here, man.
So since we talking about like rough economies, we could talk about like this Bitcoin shit real quick. We don't even got to spend a lot of time on it just because we kind of still waiting to see how everything pans out. But I don't know if you heard, Bitcoin is officially the first. El Salvador is officially the first country to legalize Bitcoin as a national currency.
Yeah.
So, So
they got like 3 national currencies.
Yep. And so on the outside looking in, that sounds like nothing but good news, right? That would be crazy for us, we would have nothing but good things to say about it. But they are talking about like actual citizens are talking about how it's fucking up their economy. And the reason being is because it's making shit too cheap. It is so crazy in price stability. It's so like it fluctuates so much. It's called volatility. and it's making a lot of shit cheap. And so they can't compete with other people who are selling the same shit. Everybody's lowering prices, and it's not necessarily equating to a lower cost of living. And so it's kind of crazy to see this happen because we didn't know what to expect. You know, like, it's the first time this has ever happened, but like to see it happen is like, how do we go about making this what people think it is? You know, Bitcoin is gaining a lot of attention as something that could like overtake the US dollar. You feel me? Something that has never happened in history. People are suggesting is going to happen. Part of me believes that, you know, but it's things like this that kind of give me a cause.
Bitcoin in particular, you believe, or crypto?
Crypto in general, but I've heard a lot of people talk about Bitcoin specifically. I see more talk about Bitcoin overtaking the US dollar than I see people talking about cryptocurrency taking over the US dollar.
When you say taking over, what do you mean?
Like overcoming it in terms of like use. Remember, over 80% of transactions take place in the US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So people are thinking at one point that's going to be Bitcoin. I think it'll be some form of cryptocurrency, not necessarily Bitcoin, but most people that I see talking about it think it will be Bitcoin that does that. And you know, one thing that kind of gives me that cause to pause is like, this is one of those things where we kind of taking that step back, like, okay, this is a red flag. You know, businesses got to keep lowering their prices because like it's like T-Mobile lowered the cost of a phone to $900, but then Verizon lowered theirs to $1,200. Lowered theirs to $800, but then somebody else got to lower theirs to $7, and then the person who lowered theirs to $9 now has to lower theirs to $6 to compete with the niggas that lowered theirs to $7. Now everybody's making less money, and again, and if it's not equating to a cheaper cost of living, like if rent was $1, you probably wouldn't trip if you only made $5 an hour from your job. If gas was 40 cents, you wouldn't be so fucking pissed that you're not making $20 an hour, right? Because the cost of living is dropping with that change in like wages, I guess. And so because that's not necessarily happening, people are like really fucked up about it, you know? And so like, what do you think? Do you think people should just tough that shit out because there is some type of positive use to Bitcoin? You know, like, do you think, or crypto in general, do you think people kind of should just like look at this as an aberration, or you kind of just take the licks and keep it pushing, keep building? Like, how do y'all feel about that? Because I think I've always said this. I think Bitcoin does have staying power. Bitcoin will exist. It won't exist at the prices that it does. That's my pushback on it. It could be $20,000 one day, and then the next day $100,000, but then the next day $10,000. I think that type of volatility needs to be handled. You know, somebody needs to set a price of Bitcoin, in order for it to kind of overtake something like the US dollar. Like, the dollar don't change. Its value doesn't change. I mean, it's lost value relative to America, relative to our economy, but the actual dollar is stable. You know, it's always going to be worth what it's worth, and that's why people use it so much. Bitcoin, how do we go about this?
I don't know. The dollar is able to be manipulated to where it can be made to be stable. You feel me? Bitcoin, you feel me? It's, what is it, 21 million Bitcoins or something like that?
Yeah.
And that's just.
But more can be created though.
Nah.
More can be created.
Nah, that's not what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is.
Well, yeah, they could stick to 21 million.
No,
more than 21 billion. Bitcoin
is 21 million.
I'm telling you this for a fact. More than if the people who hold the hard fork keys can create more Bitcoin with 51% of the agreement to do so. That is a fact. More Bitcoin, like that's. It can happen.
I don't know.
That is a fact. It can happen. Now, whether it happens is a question. Whether people would agree to do that is a question. Can it happen?
The whole value of Bitcoin was because it's.
That's one of the misleading things about it, though. People think that there's a hard cap, and that's not necessarily true. There's potential for a hard cap, but there's potential for it not to be. As it stands right now, yes, there's a hard cap, but if enough people agree. That's one of Peter Schiff's major arguments against Bitcoin in regards to people feeling like it's kind of like an inflation hedge. If we keep oversaturating the money supply, then we'll if the government gonna keep printing all this money, the Federal Reserve keep printing all this money, then there's no stability in what we can afford in price structures and shit like that. That's the same thing with Bitcoin. If people just agree to print more of it, they're inflating the value of Bitcoin, which is diluting its actual value, it's the real value of it. So I think that's another thing that's just kind of interesting. Like.
I don't know, man. So shit, yeah, I thought that was the whole purpose of Bitcoin. I didn't know that the majority vote could raise the cap on Bitcoin. I had no idea. So yeah, I don't fucking know, man. Bitcoin is like crypto in general for sure. Like the idea of the blockchain, all of that, I'm fucking with, you feel me? But whether Bitcoin itself will actually overtake the U.S. dollar, I don't know. Shit, like I said, the knowledge I got of Bitcoin, niggas who I know mess with Bitcoin is what they call they hodlers. You feel me? Like, niggas ain't trying to spend Bitcoin, like, and niggas who have spent Bitcoin on some shit like a house or a car or something mad as fuck now. You feel me? Like, so I don't know if that. I don't even know if that's what the Bitcoiners want out of Bitcoin is for it to be that widely used. Like, I really don't know what they want out of Bitcoin. You feel me? Like the Michael Saylors of the world and people like that. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't know either, because I didn't even know there was a cap on Bitcoin in the first place. I would think that the point to even have some type of digital currency was just to have an infinite amount of it.
Right. That'll fuck you up. But just like how you just brought up how people aren't spending it, if they aren't spending their Bitcoin, doesn't that give more incentive for there to be some type of price manipulation for it? Because if people aren't using it, then what is it for, right? If nobody is spending their Bitcoin, nobody is buying stuff with their Bitcoin, what exactly is it for then? If I never plan to spend none of it, I never plan to buy anything with any of it at all.
Niggas use it as a store of value or an inflation hedge, I guess. Like niggas who own gold, just go spend gold, nigga. Like you hold your gold.
True, but there's not nearly as much speculation in gold as Bitcoin. Gold has never made the moves that Bitcoin has made, and the only moves that can be compared in terms of percentages for gold have been upward moves, not downward moves. Gold has never had a significant move downward in the way that Bitcoin has. Gold has ever been repriced upwards.
Right. No, that's a fact. Shit, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing from the Bitcoin guy. Yeah. I'm not a Bitcoin guy. You feel me?
I think that's my thing. I'm pro Bitcoin, but I'm not a Bitcoiner.
You feel
like
me?
those. I'm not the.
I don't know more Ethereum.
I tell people that is the number one thing in regards to crypto that you want to own. That shit is literally the battery to all of crypto.
Ethereum, because Ethereum, you feel me? So
nothing is possible without that.
Man, open source platform, like niggas building companies on top of Ethereum.
Facts.
Like I fuck with Ethereum. I can really, you feel me? I really fuck with Bitcoin. I don't know what niggas expect or want from Bitcoin. I don't know. The narrative on Bitcoin changed too much for me. You feel me? Like I don't know. It's inflation. Some people think it's an inflation hedge. It's a store of value. Some people want to spend it on everyday purchases. Like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about Bitcoin, but crypto in general. The idea of crypto in general. Like I believe they're gonna come out with the CBDCs for sure. The central bank.
That shit can change everything. Yeah.
But as far as Bitcoin actually being the everyday, I don't think that's what people want. You feel me? I think them people holding their Bitcoin, they wanting it to go to $1 million type shit. Like they ain't trying to have y'all manipulating the price of Bitcoin to where, you feel me? They gonna spend the last however many years accumulating as much Bitcoin as they can. You feel me? It's dollar cost averaging in the Bitcoin is niggas putting they paychecks in the Bitcoin. Like, I don't think niggas want Bitcoin. Niggas not gonna vote for Bitcoin to be. For niggas to increase the cap on Bitcoin, for the price to be going lower, like that, I've never heard that from a Bitcoiner. You feel me? Like they wanted to go to $1 million, $1.5 million type shit.
To which point I'd ask, if that shit does go to $1 million, what is niggas gonna do? Are you gonna sell it or are you gonna still hold it? You feel me? Because now, holding it could get it there because you are increasing the scarcity by taking away from what's available. So you could get the price up to half. If they don't increase the hard cap and it stays at 21 million, and then all of those get bought up and there aren't enough circulating, then what happens when the shit does get to $1 million?
All my shit would have been gone. All my shit would be gone before it get to $1 million. I'll tell you that much. The way Bitcoin be, you gotta lose 50% of its value.
Right.
In the next hour, I'm gone. Bitcoin go to anywhere.
That's what I said. So you think about it. There's no Bitcoiner that doesn't know that. Every Bitcoiner knows that if I accumulate a large amount of money, this shit could be gone in a heartbeat. And so from that kind of makes me feel like even more, well, what happens when that shit does get to $1 million? You think Bitcoin gonna get to $1 million. If it does get to this $1 million and you know it tends to drop a lot, you gonna sell when it gets to that $1 million. Yeah. But if everybody feels like that and sells at that $1 million, now the price is gonna collapse to fucking nothing.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Like, so
it depends, like, how much do you need it? Like,
man, I need $1 million bad.
yeah, but like,
I need $1 million real.
Everybody's not gonna sell.
If you super rich and you really don't need it, you can probably just hold it. And
that's what I'm saying. The rich folks, they gonna hold they. I don't think they gonna be selling it like the average Joe. Yeah. Who been dollar cost averaging, they for sure gonna get out of there if they smart. Shit.
You up $1 million?
For sure get out of there. Shit went like $1 million. You see when shit got up to 64,000, when that shit started dropping, we dropped the bottom out that shit. Everybody jumping out of there.
All right.
It's stupid. Well, I ain't gonna call it stupid, but people was buying at the all-time highs at 60,000 and shit. So it just took the L. Like,
right.
We ain't seen that price since. We ain't seen that price since.
Yeah.
So
let that shit get to $1 million. I'm out.
Boom.
I'm not thinking twice about it. Like, I'm out.
Let Ethereum get up there, boy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm out the way. Out the way.
That's a fact.
Gotta worry about me.
Right. Yeah, I'm good. Ethereum, that's different.
You're gonna be doing the podcast from a remote location.
Facts. I'm not even.
Brazil.
Yeah. Hey, Rick Ross got a song where he say, "I'm out in cons." You're like, that's where I'm finna be.
Oh man, yeah, that's
We out in cons.
Yeah, like I said, I fuck with crypto in general though.
Yeah.
Like the technology, back to the technology. You feel me? I'm definitely down with it. To the moon, all of that good shit.
Right.
All of that good shit. Y'all see, that's when the government start getting involved and you can kind of talking about dropping the price and shit. Like, y'all gonna cause all our hell to break loose. And these Bitcoiners, you feel me? They are a rebellious bunch, you feel me? Like, it's some some rebel type shit. It ain't like, it's like, you feel me? They fighting back against the dollar, I guess, or whatever they fighting against. Like, they definitely consider rebels. Like, they ain't gonna allow niggas to just come in talking about they wanna manipulate the price downwards type shit. Like, I don't think that's what they about at all.
I feel that way too, but part of my pushback, I want Bitcoin to thrive, and part of what I see keeping that from happening, and what I feel like a lot of Bitcoiners is kind of underestimating is like, fuck whatever our opinion is about Bitcoin. What if the government just came through and made that shit illegal? Just made it illegal. They totally have the power to do that.
China did that shit.
China did it in 2013. And they've only increased their stance on it since December of 2013. And so I look at that and go, why?
Yeah.
The Chinese
like
government still got Bitcoin, I bet you.
Huh?
I bet you the Chinese government still got Bitcoin.
I don't know that.
I bet you.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against it, but
y'all can't have it.
There has to be something bad about this that we are missing and that they know of, because nobody would just not participate. First of all, I think Bitcoin came from China. I think
it's Satoshi.
Yeah, but we don't know that to be a person. That could be a totally made up fucking name. We don't know that to be a person or a group.
Some type of Chinese.
That's right. I think somebody from China created this, and so when you think about all that it has become, China is the furthest advanced in blockchain technology outside of America. They don't fuck with Bitcoin at all, but they have their own digital currency that they have sold tens of millions of dollars into an actual economy in China for. That shit don't that don't make you just go,
Man, everything come from China, man. Bitcoin, Corona.
and we've been canceled. Alright guys, it's been real. We got 5 episodes in. We love you guys. Shout out to the fans.
Shout out to the Shout out to the last time listeners.
Follow us on MySpace. Because they gonna ban us everywhere else.
No,
it's cool having a Facebook.
I apologize. Let me chill. But yeah, man, let's change it.
Right, yeah, off that.
Y'all let me know why.
It's all good, we with you.
Yeah.
One go down, we all go down.
Right, but
It's the U.S.
yeah, man, let's switch gears, man. Let's switch gears to something more lighthearted, man.
Niggas could talk about that Drake and Ye concert.
Yeah.
Did y'all actually keep up with highlights? I know me and you talked about it earlier. Did you actually watch pieces of it?
I watched like a good bunch of it.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
How'd you feel about it?
I thought it was really good. I mean, I've seen a lot of reactions from people who actually went there, and they said that's like the best performance they've seen.
The concert was dope.
Like
the setup, how they had the stage set up, everything.
Man.
That
Stage
shit was
is
dope.
on.
That shit was dope all around for me. Like, from the intro, the first 20 minutes of the show was just, you feel me, the what they call the Sunday service choir. You feel me,
that was like a
gospel
good
shit.
30 minutes.
Like,
just
they
them.
on some straight gospel. And then Kanye and Drake walked out together with the Free Hoover. Kanye had on the Free Hoover pants, the Free Hoover shirt, some space boots. I don't know what's up with it. We gonna leave them alone. I don't know what's up with the space boots. They look like the Discovery Museum. You know how they have the boots where you can walk on the little hump and it feel like you were walking on the moon type shit. They had like the gravity boots. Out here in Vegas, you feel me? We got the Discovery Museum. They had it's for kids. You feel me? They had like a display where they put you in some boots. Yeah. And it was like a hill, and it was like simulating what it feels like to walk on the moon. So the boots was all heavy. The boots was big as a motherfucker, all heavy and shit. But that's just what his boots reminded me of. You feel me?
I don't remember that. That's fine.
I was always at the Discovery
big
Museum. But yeah, he had on the big boots. I was like, ain't no way he about to perform this whole show in the boots. But they was surprisingly maneuverable.
Yeah, right. You put them on.
Like, okay, not the lightweight boots, not the lightweight space boots. Okay. But yeah, Kanye, man, you forget. Kanye is that guy, bro, when it comes to music shit, especially like that festival scene, like that shit different, bro.
Yeah, so he really rocked it out like that?
Man,
he played all his classics.
Classics, bro. Like the crowd going nuts, berserk, you feel me? Phone lights in the air. It was dope, dog. Kanye really killed that shit, dog. Like, I gotta put that on my bucket list to make it to a Ye concert at some point, bro. Like, man, that shit looked so
It was that good?
The design.
The highlights that I watched, it looked dope. I wouldn't have known that people felt that way about it, though. It looked like a cool ass concert. I didn't see niggas getting booed and sounding terrible and shit. It was hella people there. It was hella flashlights I seen.
It wasn't gonna be none of that going on.
I wouldn't have thought that people felt like, bro, I ain't never experienced that shit like
that. Bro, that shit was hard,
That's
bro.
dope.
Yeah, man, the music, like I said, they came out, the stage design, they had all the smoke and shit. Yeah. He already had on the moon boots, and it kind of looked like the moon on the stage, you feel me, with all the smoke and shit, and the whole Coliseum vibe, like, that shit was hard, bro. Like, man. And I feel like Drake said was short shorter than Kanye's set, and then even after Drake set, Kanye came out again type shit. It was definitely Kanye's show type shit.
Right.
Like, it was Kanye featuring a Kanye concert featuring Drake type shit. That's how it was titled. You feel me? And promoted. But Drake, I don't know. Drake ain't really come with his best songs. I don't feel like.
I was about to ask, what did Drake play? I saw him play "Find Your Love," but I saw Kanye play "Find Your Love."
Did Kanye produce that or something? Or he just?
Did he what?
Did he produce "Find Your Love" or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, I was like, what the fuck he performed?
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't have sung that shit. He sounded terrible.
And You the Best.
Oh, he produced. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, both those.
Shout out, yay.
Yay, facts, yay.
But yeah, I think it's just, Drake performed most of his Certified Lover Boy stuff.
Yeah. Man, ain't nobody really checking for that.
Yeah. I was like, but I guess if it is just like
compared to his old shit,
a featuring Drake concert, like not really a Drake concert.
Yeah, he didn't want to give y'all the.
Yeah.
He didn't want to give y'all the best of.
But like, why not though?
Right.
He could have done at least one like old slapper. He played Girls on Girls.
Yeah, he played Girls on
Way Too Sexy, all that. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, he was definitely on the CLB vibes.
He played one of Kanye's songs off of Donda though, 24.
Okay, so Ye performed one of his, he performed one of Ye's. Like, that was probably like by design or something.
That was really good. Like he had the choir singing with him too.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out to the Sunday service choir.
Yeah.
So do y'all think that they will actually make any traction in terms of freeing Larry Hoover? Like it's cool that the performance is cool. It's cool that the concert was dope as fuck. It made a big impact. I read that they made niggas like the FBI like rethink it or something like that. It could be totally false, but it was at least interesting.
I don't know what was the like. I don't know. Maybe all the proceeds or something gonna go towards his.
That's what I was wondering.
It wasn't a free label.
Where do we go from this?
Hoover song. It wasn't a shout out Larry. I ain't see none of that type shit. I ain't see nothing. Like I would have thought it was gonna be something on the stage or a screen or something that said free Larry Hoover or something. Like it wasn't none of that type of shit. So I don't know what. I don't know what. Maybe the proceeds.
The fact that they're both just so big and like sort of mainstream.
Right.
I could see how like having free Larry Hoover, like, and people don't know. People might just be introduced to Larry Hoover for the first time. Right. It's like, who's Larry Hoover? You look him up. And he's murdered millions of people.
Yeah, I don't think that's what you probably want to give some sort of background.
Yeah. Like, that's what we was talking about.
You don't want to leave it to niggas to just Google Larry Hoover.
Go find out who Larry Hoover is. You're going to be like, why are we saying Larry Hoover?
No, that's a fact though. That's a fact. So yeah, I feel like they probably should have did a better job.
Wait, so why are we freeing this man again?
I got a cousin.
All right.
What's up with Larry?
Right. So yeah, they definitely should have did a better job with like actually promoting that and like saying why and they should have definitely like it was literally just a concert, nigga. Yeah. Literally just a concert. Like it had nothing to do with, in my opinion, maybe it was small shit I missed. Like Kanye had on the free Hoover jeans, and I guess they did like a little sale, like a little merchandise sale of the Balenciaga shit. It was like a Balenciaga hoodie. I don't know if them jeans was on the sale too, but just shit that said free Hoover type shit or whatever. So like I said, maybe it was just the proceeds going towards the legal team, but who knows? Who knows? They damn near forgot about Larry Hoover. Like that's just
you're 70. You've been in the jail since the 70s. Since the early 70s.
I ain't saying niggas forgot about Larry Hoover in general. I'm just saying like during the concert, like niggas forgot it was like.
Well, I mean, I go as far as to say that like he has.
I guarantee most of the ticket buyers did not care about Larry Hoover.
Yeah, I don't think. That's what I'm alluding to. Like he been in jail since the 70s. The concert goers don't got no connection to this nigga. Like. They trying to go have a good time and turn up to who they think are the greatest artists ever.
Yeah.
They ain't.
You know what else I got out of that concert though? Cause at first I was like, damn, they gonna be on some versus type shit or something. Like, what they about to like? They about to go back and forth, get niggas the issue that they wanted type shit. But that made me realize, Ye might be too big for versus, my nigga.
Really? Huh? Too big for even Drake.
For the versus platform, nigga. We might have to do our own or something you can't come off of Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia
and get Kanye
and have a Kanye Drake versus Kanye. When I tell you Kanye killed that set, he murdered that shit. Like it was like, okay, Ye is one of them. Like he's an alien out here, my nigga. Like Ye really greasy with this music thing. You feel me? So I don't know if I'm going. I don't know if I'm coming behind 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah.
In a versus, like your stage isn't big enough for one. You
right.
feel me? Like we're not doing it in this
Coliseum, and you can't pay me enough.
You
like,
can't pay me.
You got to give me
for my time.
Ownership
you feel me?
plus more.
Man, and I don't know that he wanna own anything to do with all of that shit. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Kanye is too big, then is Drake and
yes.
Jay, I didn't even mean to say Drake. I meant to say Dr. Dre and P Diddy. Are they also too big?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know, man. Cause I don't know if Dr. Dre do a concert right now. I don't know if he's doing.
He's in GTA. Did y'all see that?
Who?
Him and DJ Pooh. They are in a new GTA 5 expansion pack. He got like 5 new songs that's gonna be a soundtrack to the GTA.
That's hard.
Yeah, quick little chat.
But
you know, like,
P Diddy want to do that shit though. Like whether he too big or not. Like if you want to do it, you gonna do it. You
he said he only wants to do it with Drake.
Type shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to do it, you want to do it.
Huh?
I
I think he'd lose.
I think that
Dr. Dre
it's not like it's a mismatch.
Everybody in
I'm definitely
Dr. Dre.
biased.
Yeah, I'm choosing Dr. Dre.
Me too, but like he's more of like a behind the boards guy. Like
we both threw it the West at the same time. Shout out Dr. Dre. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's more of like a behind the boards guy. Like
yeah,
I've never known Diddy to be like a behind the boards guy. Like I know he's like in the studio, like arrangement.
Yeah.
That's what Jermaine Dupri was arguing. Yeah. He said all of your hits are remakes of other songs, which is facts. Most of the songs that I remember liking by P. Diddy or finding out that he produced was a song that was already fucking made and he just changed a couple little things to it and put some bass to it and had a nigga rapping on it. That's it. He didn't. Jermaine Dupri composed beats.
Right.
Dr. Dre made. I made this.
He is the sound of the West Coast.
That's a fact. There is no P. Diddy sound.
There is no P. Diddy
Even
sound.
on the East Coast, there's no P. Diddy sound. There's no East Coast sound that P. Diddy is accredited with.
You can play any random Dre beat right now, and whether I know whatever the actual song is or not, okay, that's Dre.
Yeah, that's
sure.
Dre.
Like, it's gonna be
that's a Dre pack.
Definitely Dre drums.
Facts.
Right.
Synths.
Yeah, he just got a sound.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
bro,
still today, if you just the start of a Dre beat, you gonna automatically
if you go hear some of those songs on that GTA pack. I think one of those songs is a Kendrick song. I couldn't tell because it's a snippet, so I couldn't tell if it was clearly him or not. But the beat to that fucking song, I was like, oh my god.
I'm gonna keep it
bro, I'm telling you, go listen to that shit.
It was hard like that.
It was like that. I mean like that.
I was about to say, I don't want to hear none of that new shit at the Super Bowl.
Nah, it wasn't that. It sounded like this nigga been cooking.
No new shit at the
it
Super
sounded
Bowl.
like he been cooking.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that shit at the
yeah.
halftime performance.
That's what it sounded like.
I want to hear that.
He had a point to prove with this. That shit was hard. But yeah, shout out Drake, shout out Ye.
Yeah, it was a good concert and all of that. That was, definitely shout out to them, man. That was definitely good to see. And I guess they concert, that Larry Hoover concert had to be in LA. I don't know if it was the same night or something type shit, because I seen Kanye perform at Rolling Loud with Future, and he had on the same shit though. He had on the free Larry Hoover pants with the space boots. So I don't know if it was the same night or at least that's how I knew they was in the same location type shit, Rolling Loud LA.
Damn, that's dope.
That sounds exhausting. If you go like from one venue to the next one.
That's low key fun though. That's
he fucked up that set. He fucked up that Rolling Loud set too. Fucked it up.
All right, Ye.
Fucked it up.
Doing his thing. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Shit, what else happened in the world?
I mean, we on music. A lot of shit dropped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, Wiz, Ross. Okay, so all of us have now heard. Oh, what was that?
Oh, go ahead. How you want to do it?
I said so. Now that both of us have, all three of us have heard both Wiz and Ross tapes, who do y'all like more? Like for me, I remember yesterday when we spoke, it was definitely Wiz over Ross, and I had Ross over Wiz. And then I heard you say something that might have sounded like you were potentially feeling differently.
Well, this how I was gonna come at it. Like, I was gonna say first off, I feel like we were fucked up. We was wrong for even comparing them. Like,
of course. We're not even comparing them.
I always usually make it a point not to compare any, compare niggas. Like,
I didn't even look at it like that. I don't look at us as comparing Ross and Wiz. It's, I really like this shit and I really like this shit.
Facts. So
and I'm just saying which one I thought was a little better. We aren't comparing them.
You feel me? Not comparing them, but they both dropped on the same day, on the same Friday.
Yeah, there was
so naturally, you feel me?
Something to talk about.
Now, initially, I said, and I'm still not gonna compare them for real. Like, I might give my opinion at the end of who was better type shit, but I don't want to start by comparing them. Like, both of their projects was good. Yeah. I went way too hard on Ross is what it was the first time, because I had the first time I listened to it, I definitely went way too hard on Ross because I had high expectations. You feel me?
Yeah,
I fuck with Ross like that way, like heavy type shit. So I always be expecting you feel me, a masterpiece. So I guess the first time around I heard some songs I didn't like, I guess, and I just like went hard on them type shit. But upon further listening, it was only 2 songs that I really like 2 skips for me type shit.
Yeah.
The Wiggle shit and just the joint with and this one is like half a skip. The joint with Wale and Future.
I like that song. You skipped it?
I'm saying that's why it's only half a skip. It was one of my.
Wasn't one of the hot ones. I get you.
Two favorite. The songs Ross was on by himself, and then the other features was cool type shit.
I think he was. I fucked with his features a lot. That Benny the Butcher song was hard as fuck.
The first
that nigga Benny the Butcher is hard.
The first song on the album was super dope, nigga. Benny the Butcher snap, nigga. Nigga, nigga, you already know probably what bar I'm talking about. He said some crazy ass shit. Benny the Butcher went nuts, nigga. I met a plug or something. He said some stupid shit, nigga. Like he said something.
I ain't able to quote it.
Yeah, I can't quote it. I have to pull it up. You feel me?
Fact.
He got surgical with it. I had to pull it up type shit. But that feature was hard. The Young and Ace feature grew on me. I didn't like that song the first time I heard it.
I've only heard like 2 Young and Ace songs. So his voice, I'm not accustomed to hearing. And I think he went first, right? Ross went second on that song.
He at least came in first, like doing the hook and shit.
Yeah. Like that's what I mean. His verse was the first voice that I heard.
Yeah.
And so that song was kind of like,
You're right. The first time, but I grew on like the last time I listened to this shit. I fucked with that song. I definitely fucked with that song the last time I listened to it. And then one more feature, like I ain't gonna say this song is bad, but I was disappointed. He had Blast on the album, and
Do you know who that is?
Huh?
Do you know who that is?
Who, Blast?
Blast, yeah.
Yeah, nigga. Like,
I never heard that name until seeing him as a feature.
Nah, you crazy as fuck. See, I'm a real West Coast nigga. You feel me? Real West nigga. I'm gonna have to put you on game now.
Yeah, for sure.
But that sound, that was not Blast. Like that. Like I ain't saying the song was bad, but that song, that hook he had him singing, that was not Blast at all. Like Blast is a real, like that's our guy. That's one of the guys coming out the West, like on that singing R&B type shit. Like that sound was not a Blast sound. You feel me? Like Blast definitely didn't like write that or come up with that melody type shit or whatever. Like it definitely wasn't his type of shit. But I ain't gonna say the song was bad. I was hard on it, like I said the first time, but I can't say the song was bad. I just didn't fuck with how Blast was on that song.
Right.
But yeah, those was my only, you feel me, negatives with the album. The album is hard. I'll definitely have it in rotation.
Yeah, that's a fact.
For sure. And then Wiz got wings, man. I fuck with Wiz, man.
Yeah.
I said I listen to Ross. I would say I listen to Ross more, or like Ross put out more. Is probably what I would say, type shit. So it was just refreshing to hear from Wiz for me. You feel me? So that's why I was like, oh yeah, Wiz got him. Like Wiz, like I'm fucking with Wiz. Yeah. It's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different type of shit. You feel me? But Wiz, I think Wiz went crazy. I fucked with it. Like I said, I ain't heard from him in a minute. Me personally. type shit. So, but yeah, I'll definitely fuck with Wiz shit for
Wiz
sure, and I
snap.
fuck with Cardo the long way.
Okay, so can you give us a little more detail on Cardo? Me and him was talking about this earlier.
Idea.
I had no idea who he was
Cardo,
either until you
man,
talked
Cardo
about
guy
it.
is-
Come on, man, Cardo, man, man, Cardo that guy, Cardo got wings, man. He a producer. He make
Okay, so
beats
he's a
for
producer.
he do whole projects with him, Currency.
Was he
Every
rapping on?
June, no, he's a producer.
Okay,
He a
'cause
producer,
I heard
he's a
people
producer.
rapping on some songs, but I didn't see any other features. So I was like,
No, Cardo just
did he
he a
just
producer.
jump on the beat?
Right.
Like, that'd be cool.
I figured he was a producer. I just
Him
had
and
couldn't.
Slager. Him and Slager, they both they co-produced it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fuck with Carlo got wings as a producer, man. Uncle Larry Jones, I'm a huge Larry Jones fan.
yeah,
He
like-
produced.
You
He
put me on
Carlo
him.
do most of his beats. He
Okay.
do most of his songs. Currency, he got takes with Currency. Like Carlo was a big ass name, like especially like niggas on the West fuck with him for sure. But he all over the place, man.
Right.
I definitely fuck with Carlo and Slager for sure. But yeah, what y'all thought about the albums?
I love both of them. Like,
Fuck with them both.
I feel like I know we're not completely out of quarantine now, but since the world got back up and running, a lot of the rappers, instead of making like concept or trying to make a concept album, they just made more like thematic albums. Like,
Right.
I'm a pick a theme and I'm just gonna spaz on whatever beat you give me.
Facts.
And I'm kind of try to stick to the theme, but I'm also not gonna have too much structure. Like, I'm just gonna show you that rap.
Right.
This is like
I like shit like that.
Me
I
too.
like when niggas feel like I got a point to prove. Like,
That was when
I'm
really-
finna just rap.
that was really when I fell in love with rap, because I mean we all grew up listening to Wayne, and I
Yeah,
was like
that's a
most of
fact.
Wayne's mixtapes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rap.
I hadn't even heard songs until Wayne rapped on the remix.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Like
Me
he
too.
made this song
I
more
didn't know
popular
Ice
than the
Cream
real
Paint Job
song.
was like an actual
Facts.
song.
Yeah, I-
Swag surfing,
Yeah.
like those are real songs by real artists.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah. So
Fan from TV. Well, that's an OG
Yeah.
beat. Niggas
I
know.
knew most of them songs.
Yeah.
I can't say I knew most of them songs, but Wayne definitely like that No Ceilings tape, man. That was
Oh,
like,
the greatest
man,
mixtape in the history of
man,
mixtapes. Still to this day.
Changed the tide around.
I'll never forget that mixtape. It came out in 2009, I think.
Fat.
We was in middle school for sure.
2009, yep.
I'll never forget that mixtape. That was the mixtape where I fell in love with not only Wayne, but really like music.
Yeah,
That was when I got to the point where I could really like navigate through music. Really, I was fucking around with YouTube for a couple of years prior to that, but that was when niggas really got tuned into shit.
Niggas
Really
was-
started tapping in and checking for shit.
yeah,
Line
checking
wire,
for release
Facts.
dates, all that shit.
Facts. Like, I ain't know about none of that until about
And
6th, 7th grade.
that wasn't just Wayne. That was like a lot of rappers were following suit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this type of music. Wiz Khalifa, he pushing OJ.
Yep.
That whole album was like, I'm gonna pick a theme and then I'm just gonna keep rapping to it. And that's kind of what I got from this album. Like, that was just good. Like, I forgot how good of a rapper he is.
Yeah.
Man,
See, I
bro,
fuck
he
with
was-
Wiz heavy, so I'm
That's
kind
what
of
I was gonna
accustomed
say,
to it. When we was
yeah.
talking about it, I was
You
like,
got Wiz Khalifa playlist and
Yeah,
shit. I
yeah.
listen to him so often.
Wiz
dude,
is
so
hard.
It was refreshing as fuck, bro, for sure.
Because a lot of the recent stuff has just been like a lot of, or at least
He been Hollywood with
yeah,
it.
the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious
He been
stuff,
Hollywood with it for sure.
chasing the bag, but
Hey, get your bread, man.
yeah.
I fucks with Wiz.
So yeah, he been. This was back to the shits, like yeah.
Right.
Whistle got wins, Whistle got everything. Niggas start playing with him. Oh yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to Ross and Wiz. Them was like them was definitely the first two albums I went to for sure.
Fact.
For sure.
What other music did you check out though? Because I didn't get a chance to listen to everybody that you said had dropped, but we had obviously had already people Wiz and Ross who was talking about that.
Tory Lanez dropped.
Man,
Like a
yeah,
80s.
Okay, so he dropped
I was gonna say
another
that one.
album.
I was gonna say that one, but man, Tory Lanez went.
I heard
nuts.
I saw Braun post about it.
Nigga.
That's how I heard about it. He said that shit was crazy.
So Tory Lanez dropped an album called Alone at Prom. It was an 80s theme album, going back to the theme. It was based off the 80s, and you feel me? Me personally, I am I'm a R&B nigga off top, but I'm a for sure 80s. Like, this is the type of music that I work out to, like that old Venice Beach workout type shit.
Right.
Like, that's the
Beach
type of
body,
shit. That's
yeah.
what I work out to on a regular. Like, I really fuck with 80s R&B type. Y'all just playing, you feel me? Like, that's really what I be on, you feel me? Like, I fuck with
Got
80s
the
R&B.
headband
Like,
on.
Right.
Niggas, like, Five Star, all of that. Like I could go through, but I fuck with 80s R&B, so this was a surprise for me. I don't like I said, I don't got social media and shit, so I didn't know this shit was coming. But and you feel me? He still like blackballed or goes whatever. You feel me? So it didn't just pop up like I had to like find out. You feel me? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Shadow Band, there you go. Shadow Bands. I'm like, oh.
I think that's his third project of the year too.
Oh, since I was gonna say since
definitely at least his second, because I remember that album you told me about earlier.
Yeah, Playboy, yeah. Definitely his second or third album since the incident. You feel me? That no one still knows. But we'll leave that alone.
I think the case is coming up. I think.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. I guess.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it
alone.
And
even if he's guilty.
No. Let's save it.
All right. I wasn't even gonna say no crazy shit, but you're right.
No, because I might say something crazy because it's gonna start a whole conversation.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
I'll leave it there. Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, leave it there. I don't wanna.
The truth shall set us free.
Man. Right. But so yeah, it was an 80s themed album, man, and this Latecomer. This is by far my favorite project of the year.
What?
Really?
By far.
That's crazy.
By far.
I would not have ever expected you
my
to say that.
personal favorite project.
What? Okay,
I just told y'all how heavy I fuck with 80s R&B though, and he did that shit perfectly, my nigga. Like, I've been bumping that shit in the whip. I've been working out to that shit. Like,
when did this even drop?
This dropped.
I heard about it yesterday.
On Friday.
Oh, damn.
That's Friday. Yeah.
I just literally heard about this yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you heard any of it?
No. Yeah. I heard the snippet that Brian posted. You know how Brian be doing this shit in the car? Yeah. Or he in the back? He had posted it and he tagged him and was like he outdid himself on this, some shit like that.
Feel
so,
it, bro.
And that's crazy.
That was like, all I had heard about.
That's how good it is. If somebody like Brian, who has all
Brian
these
talking
ties,
about your shit.
Like,
Brian be tuned in. Like,
man, yeah, the fact, that Brian would even speak up on you, given all the circumstances and shit like that, let you know too. You feel me? But and the whole album, man, it called "Alone at Prom." The cover art, the titles of the songs, everything.
This is just well executed.
This is everything about it, dog. This is by far my favorite.
People call Tory Lanez a copycat, but
fuck out of here.
He's not a copycat. He's just so good at immersing himself in a certain type of
music.
Yeah,
that's called.
That he can produce.
He can just replicate. It's like, Taskmaster off of what's it called, Marvel. Have you seen Black Widow?
Yeah.
You know the villain who can like just recreate other people's moves, like.
Oh, that's her, cause that's a girl, right? That's like the daughter.
That's not the actual story of Taskmaster, but that's what they went with.
Right in the movie, yeah.
Just based off like the power level, like they can just replicate whatever move you do. They was replicating Captain America's moves, Black Panther's moves, Hawkeye's moves, everybody. That's Tory Lanez. He can just like.
And he tap into a different band. And he can do it better than you. While you playing with him, he'll do it better than you.
We was talking about a lot of his songs that sound like Drake songs. You can clearly hear that Drake is in his mind when he's making this song. He got a couple songs, going back to Wiz, he got a couple songs on that, the album he dropped last year, right after all this shit broke. What is it called?
Who?
The album Tory Lanez, where he addressed the Meg Thee Stallion shit.
Oh my God.
He dropped that tape last summer that talked about it.
Not his last shit, not the place.
Yeah, that came out this year. He's dropped 2 tapes this year. That album came out last year. I think it's called I'm Sorry. I don't want to say I'm sorry, but it's something like that. But on that song,
project or a song?
It's a whole project, whole album.
Before Playboy was Loner. What was the album called? Loner.
Did that come out this year as well?
That came out in 2020.
He has some shit that definitely came out in 2020. I'm 100% sure it is.
Oh, just Playboy. Unless it was a mixtape or something.
Daystar?
Huh?
Was it Daystar?
Is this the album cover?
That came out before Loner.
Is this the album cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That tape. Okay, when did that come out? That came out last year, right?
2020, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Before Loner, though.
Yeah. So in that tape, he got a couple songs where he actually sounded like Wiz Khalifa. And it's like, you can obviously hear it, like he's making that type of song. He talk like him, he laugh like him, he sound like him. And it's like, I do think sometimes he is outright copying niggas. I will give him that. I do think like if I had to pick 10 songs where I feel like he sounds like somebody, I'd say 7 to 8 of those songs are him being super good in his ability to kind of recreate another sound. Exactly. He does have a couple sounds where I'm like, okay. Remember how we was talking about how he was quoting Drake bars? He was saying Drake bars a little different, but he was like obviously saying a Drake bar. I'm like, okay, Tory Lanez, like, stop. But he does, like, you forget that that's Drake. You know, like when you hear it sometimes, like, damn, he is nice as fuck. Like, you'll like all 10 of the songs. Yeah, that's a fact. He will fuck around and do your shit better than you.
What's his name was just getting into him and who was it, Cassidy or somebody?
Yo, yeah, they was dissing each other. They got whole diss songs to each other back and forth.
Talking about Tory was stealing his bars.
He was. Did you hear it though?
He was. He definitely did some bars.
He stole his shit verbatim. Like,
hey,
Cassidy wasn't wrong.
So what does that mean though? Like, okay, nigga. So sit your old out there.
I get that from our point of view, but I'm not a rapper. You feel me? So I can't speak on it from that. If a nigga was stealing my shit that I worked hard to get good at, even if he doing it better than me, that would make me more mad.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, damn.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna act like Cassidy a hater and he tripping because he mad.
He came through and straight jacked your rob your stupid ass. Sit down, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta shut him and respect it, but I definitely feel a nigga kind of getting mad at that, like, damn, nigga, you just gonna bite my shit like that.
Be mad all you want, man.
Word for word, like, you really gonna take my not my lyrics, my bars, the metaphors that I composed. You said 2 words I didn't say.
But it's alright, but also with Tory do this shit, but I don't know how much y'all fuck with Tory. Y'all fuck with the Chicks tapes and shit.
Oh yeah.
The last Chicks tapes, I think it was Chicks tape 5. He took these niggas. He took all you niggas and all your favorite songs. He invited the artist. You come get on this song. I'm gonna remake your song, like he did with T-Pain.
What mixtape is this?
It's Chicks tape 5. Yeah. You get on the song too. We gonna both redo your song, and I'ma just do it better than you, my nigga. Like, you're on the song with me.
He did.
And he ate everybody up, the whole song, the whole album. Ate everybody up. So I think niggas just stop playing.
Wait, so who did he bring out?
It was
just Chicks Take 5. You gonna have to just listen to that.
Yeah.
I remember T-Pain, Ashanti. He had Snoop on one of them. He had the Dream,
doing their songs
and all their songs. He was like specifically their songs. Like,
Jagged Edge, T-Pain, Snoop
Let's
Dogg,
get
Chris
on-
Brown,
let's get back on this
Ludacris,
song.
The Dream, Maya, Mario, Ashanti, Trey Songz, everybody,
That's
nigga,
2 of your
Lloyd,
songs.
Lil Wayne, Fabulous, nigga, yeah.
But that's the thing with Chicks
stepping
tapes. Like, before that, he was just doing it by himself. Now, like, that was his most recent Chicks tape. So he was like, I'm gonna bring. Like,
now, on the last
one,
one, he's like, I'm gonna bring y'all,
and
really show y'all. Like, I'm not just stealing y'all songs.
Right.
You come on and try, you feel me? But you gonna get your issue on this motherfucker. For sure. But yeah, I fuck with Tory Lanez, man. I'm not taking none of the slander, man.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We are pro Tory.
Until proven otherwise, man. And anything else on Tory Lanez shit?
That's all I got.
Also, let me see. I have one more album.
Russ dropped.
Oh yeah, how do you feel about Russ? I personally, I don't think I've ever heard a Russ song, but I fuck with his interviews. Like, every time I've watched him speak, the way he articulates himself, the certain shit that he talks about, I genuinely enjoy that shit. Like, he got a head on
the
him.
Breakfast Club. I heard him on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne recently. But yeah, I'm the same way. I know of Russ, but I don't really know his. I'm not familiar with his music and shit. Are you recommending to listen to it though?
I'm not a big fan of it. Or his music.
So you would have to go real hard right now for me to listen to that shit. I'm gonna keep it real.
I can't deny he makes good music. It's just like it's not really for our demographic. His Chomp and Chomp 2, like, that's just him rapping. So that is like geared towards us. And he has like, he's kind of on the same boat of Tory. Is like, I'm gonna get all of my idols and I'm gonna put them on these songs and I'm gonna out rap them.
Yeah.
Damn. Also, he be getting big features.
Bro,
he was saying that on
the last one. He had like Ghostface Killer. He had Jadakiss. He had.
He out rapped Jadakiss.
He tried to. I mean, that was his approach. That was the thing.
Yeah, that's a cool approach.
On the Breakfast Club though, he said he felt like he He used a
He held
certain
his
word
own.
though. No, he used a big word. So he said I don't know if he said he felt like he murdered everybody.
What?
Body. He said he bodied everybody. He said he might have only got on one song, 1 or 2 songs. He said he bodied everybody on the album, in his opinion. But I ain't heard it, so I don't know.
Crit,
but I fuck with the confidence. Yeah. That's what he
what?
said. He said Big Crit. He said Big Crit got him.
Yeah, he said Crit. And
Oh, he said he conceded defeat.
He said Crit was like the only. I think Crit and somebody else.
And one other person, I don't know who.
They were the only ones, and he said he sent his verse to them, and he didn't change anything when they sent their verse back.
Yeah,
like
right,
he's like, here's my verse. Let's see what you can do. So like he was really confident.
This nigga cocky. But I like that.
I
like that.
The only thing I know about Russ is he be beating niggas up.
Yeah, he really sending niggas to go get niggas.
But yeah, he don't be beating niggas up.
That's crazy to me.
He sending niggas to go.
He be getting niggas jump.
That's crazy that nigga really be on that. Because he like 5'5", $120, and really
he don't be whooping
pressing shit. Yeah, no, I get you. I get what you're
but
saying.
he got the game.
Yeah, like the fact that little nigga
like,
is pressing shit.
We jumping all the druggy niggas, you feel me? So I don't really put too
Yeah,
much
that's true. You ain't beating up
little pumper.
gangsters,
You feel me? So I don't put too much on that, but I respect it though, you feel me? Niggas talk shit, you feel me? Get hit. Talk shit, get hit, straight up.
But yeah, he has like one song that you probably heard, but you didn't know it was him. It's called Losing Control.
How's it go?
Oh yeah, I got it.
It's like a, I don't know if I want to sing it.
But damn, man.
It's like Losing Control.
Nah, do your thing, man. Ain't no judgment.
It's just him on the song, or it's featured on it, or
It's just him. It's just him.
Control, yeah. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I'll play like 3 seconds of it so we don't get demonetized.
Copyrighted, facts. They'll probably still give us a copyright claim.
I'm gonna sing over it.
They gave us one for our first episode.
I'm gonna sing over that motherfucker.
What's that?
You just gotta talk over it.
What song was playing?
We still don't know. Alright, well, you can give it out.
It was in the. They added it. They automatically added it to the description.
It was some bullshit, some shit nobody.
But yeah, it was. They didn't pull the video down or nothing, but they did give us a
You just gotta
copyright
talk
claim.
over that bitch though.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. That's dope.
Okay.
That shit was crazy though. I'm like, why is there a copyright claim? Like, the song is in the description of our first video. I'm gonna pull it up to find out what song, because they added it. They added the licensing and everything. Like to who owns it, how much percent. I'm like,
we ain't playing
what?
no goddamn music in that damn episode, so I don't know what that was about. Where they got that from?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's fucking YouTube before you go.
We play Friends by Houdini. How many of us have you? They really added that. We didn't. I was like, I don't know how on earth this happened, but it is still blowing my mind every time I look at it.
They started D-box.
Right, like what was we doing?
This is a song.
Okay. Wait a couple seconds of it, see if niggas know what it is. I don't think I know no real songs. He did on radio type shit, or he just...
Yeah, this was like his radio hit. This
He
was
was in control. Let me see. Let me try to talk over it a little bit.
Keep it going.
Yep, I know that song. Okay, that's crazy. I would have never did. That sounded like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, I don't really know who the fuck that was for sure. Okay, yeah, I do know that song.
Right.
Yeah, that's him. So he's
Shout out,
and he does
crooning.
he does most of his stuff by himself. Like he engineers, he makes his own beats, he raps, sings, like he pretty much, and he's independent. So
Doing it
like
big.
he's funding all of his shit. So
he probably caked up there.
Shout out,
yeah,
for sure. I seen
100%.
a picture of like his mansion or something type shit. Somewhere.
yeah, sold out arenas, multiple.
Yeah, shout out to Russ. He
hits.
definitely do his shit.
Yeah,
I just don't
he's-
know if it's like I don't know. I don't know why. It just never like. I don't know. I really don't know how to say. Like it just never was something that I just like clicked on. Like
Right, yeah, that's how I feel like. Yeah, if I see something, then a Russ post is not gonna be the first thing that gets my attention.
Like I said,
But
it's
I'm
not
not
really
hating
our
on him.
demographic. Like I say, like most of his ticket buyers are like
he a
white
dude?
girls.
Yeah.
like,
He look Italian type
Yeah,
shit.
He
Slick
got
hair.
long hair.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't know
man
what
bun.
he talking about.
He makes man bun music.
Fact.
Man, but music,
Why is it so
man,
accurate? Like you can understand what somebody means when they say that.
Catch your ass slipping next.
Right. Pull up to Vegas. If we pull up here, he gonna get his ass jumped.
Yeah, come on, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Man, but that's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. But also, hey, Boogie dropped a little.
That was the other person.
EP, you feel me? Like he got a big album coming up, the Artist versus A Boogie.
Yeah. You fucked with it. How did you like
but
this
one? This EP or whatever it's called before Artist versus A Boogie type shit. But man, yeah, I fuck with A Boogie. Like it's my type of shit. Like I'm an R&B type of nigga. I told you that, and then he kind of got like the rappy R&B type of vibe. You feel me? Like he like started low key this new wave of R&B type shit. Like where niggas be like, like I don't know how to describe what niggas do. Like it's like a
that whining type shit, like
singing, sing rapping,
like sing rapping type shit, like
kind of like Dej Loaf or
something like
Dirk does it a little bit.
Yeah, too. I've seen niggas like Playboy Cardi kind of do shit like that. Like I don't know who's the pioneer of it or not, but I do kind of understand what you're saying.
I don't know about Playboy Cardi.
Yeah. Playboy Cardi doing something else.
Nah, bro, hey, I'm not a fan of him or nothing, but I've seen people talk about him like he is an OG. See, and I've seen people that would.
Never.
I've seen people that talk about Playboy Cardi like he's one of the GOATs.
Never.
Like Darian. Darian talk about him like
really?
Playboy Cardi is.
I do see a lot of people like really like huge fans of him. I do admit I think, but from what I heard, no. What's his big? What's his hit?
It's like it's kind of like.
Was he the Millie Rock? He ain't do the Millie
Rock.
No. What song was it? What was his
Magnolia.
Hit? Magnolia. But that was like on some.
How did that go?
It did say something about the Millie Rock.
Yeah,
that shit was hard though. That shit was hard.
He can definitely like float on a beat, and I think that's like his. I think if you just appreciate that and you don't think of him as like a traditional rapper,
right? Yeah, you gotta listen to it a certain way. For sure. I didn't like his verse on Kanye on Donda. You feel me?
You didn't like that? What's it called, Junior? I like that song.
I didn't like his verse.
You didn't like his verse?
I say that.
He only said like 3 things.
Right. He said skip. That's all they be saying.
What you say?
Do you know that's what they be sounding like?
Oh my god. And it's all love, man. We love everybody, man. Shout out
Facts, I ain't hating on nobody. You like what you like.
Yeah, man. It's just not for me, I guess. I just leave it at that, man. I didn't take no perks or no Molly today, so I'm not I'm not catching the vibe the way I'm supposed to, I guess. It might just be me. It's probably me missing the vibe, you feel me? Shout out to Playboy. But yeah, A Boogie shit was dope as fuck. For a little short project, I think it was like 7 songs maybe. But he had a single called 24 Hours. Y'all probably heard that shit. Y'all probably don't know it by name, but y'all probably heard that shit before for sure. That was a single, but yeah, his album was hard too. Like I'm definitely gonna be listening to that some more too for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But those was the main releases, man.
Right.
The main releases, I fucked with all of that shit.
Shit, I mean, hey. Move on to the next
music, yeah. What else happened?
Y'all started the music thing, man. We got 1.5 in. But y'all wanna do I feel like we missed the adult segment last week.
Yeah.
Y'all wanna get into something like that, some life shit, some real life shit, and
shit. What's on your mind as it pertains to adulthood? Let's see. You got anything about it? Life shit, spiritual shit, anything like that? Questions, concerns, like shit. Questions and concerns.
Let's see. I don't know.
Let's talk about what we was talking about earlier. This ain't no like real super serious type shit, but just how do y'all feel about like buying gifts as adults type shit? For adults, I don't consider it a priority. You know,
adults gotta understand that other adults, we got shit to do.
Everybody,
Yeah, we got bills, we got kids, we got stress.
We still fresh off the pandemic.
You feel me? Yeah, like I'm not, and I had this conversation with my sisters. That's why when we talked about having nieces and nephews, I'm like, I feel like they are a foregone conclusion that they getting a gift. So I finished Christmas shopping yesterday, got all the youngest something. But my sisters, I'm like, y'all grown, you feel like y'all grown, shit.
Y'all know what it was.
We got bills, so I could kind of see like not getting the adult something or not feeling obligated to. Like if I might. You know, it's because I'm not even. Yeah, I was about to say I'm not even necessarily on the stance that I'm not getting the adults nothing. I knew that there was a fucking chance. Yeah, I'm not looking to get you shit. You should prepare that I don't get you shit for Christmas. You should be going into Christmas not expecting shit from me. Yeah. That way, if I do get your ass something, it's a total surprise to the both of us. Because I'm not planning to spend no money.
Because then if I do find something, come across something like, oh damn, they are like that. Now I feel like I gotta get everybody something damn near. So
yeah. Okay. Yep. That's true. Unless you be discreet with how you give it to them.
Yeah, you gotta give them to it on the side.
Yeah, I feel that though. Yeah, I do feel that. Like, all right, if I get you something,
like,
everybody gotta get something. That's true.
So yeah, that shit different. Just, like you said, the kids and the family, the nieces and shit.
Yeah, they.
That's one thing.
Sure.
That's one thing, but adults, man, I feel like we should all. It should even be unsaid. You feel me?
Right.
It should be an unsaid thing, like, all right, we know what's happening.
Right, like, we shouldn't have to discuss this. Look, we adults now.
Facts.
All right, my sister, we kind of had this conversation with our grandparents. We was like, you know, niggas still gonna get $20 for Christmas, or you know, is this officially? Are we officially too old for gifts now? Yeah. That's what my grandpa had told her. Like, hey, y'all 30. He told that to my sister. Y'all 30.
All right,
like, shit, that's what it is. Like,
ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Facts.
Nothing for you.
He ain't get us shit. Got all the grandkids something.
Man, that's how it be. Like, you gotta spoil.
We gotta accept this. This is our fate now. Like,
I'm with that though. Like,
yeah. Oh, totally.
Take my portion.
That's how it's supposed to go. It was just coming into that reality. You know, like there has to be a moment where at one point that wasn't real, and then it was. And in that moment, it was like, damn, we too old? Like, damn, that's crazy.
It was being real out here.
Facts.
I think, like, as an adult, the thing that matters more is just, like, seeing your family. Like, the gift is just their presence.
Man, and my present kiss my ass.
That's awesome.
Sure. Shout out to Ye. Again.
Right.
And Ross, man.
But I agree with you, Elijah. My mom, she says a lot of that shit. She is like anti-gift. I know a lot of people that don't really like gifts. I'm kind of like that. I'm not a big gift person. You give me something, I'm gonna use it. I like it. I appreciate it. But you really don't gotta get me shit. Like, yeah, I'm not anti-gift. I'm just saying, like, if you, I would be totally okay not getting nothing for Christmas, not getting nothing for my birthday. I wouldn't be pissed that nobody got me anything for Christmas or my birthday.
Like you said, just pull up on me.
Right, yeah. Just come pull the same shit we talk about all the time. You slide. If you ain't on shit, slide. Yeah. That's the shit I fuck with. My mom is that same way, but even harder. She is anti-gift and totally just wants to spend time with the family. If we fucking watch TV all day or went to Denny's and spent $10 each on a meal, she had the time of her motherfucking life.
Same thing with my mom.
Like, that brought her the most joy. Not spending, she hates jewelry, she hates flowers. So if you spend hella money on some shit, she gonna feel like, yeah, we could just went to eat with that money. Like, that's literally her saying, I can hear her saying that right now. Yeah. We could have just went to eat with that. You could have took me to 3 different restaurants for the amount of money that you spent on those gifts. Like, that's how her brain think. Like, I just want to chill and bond. I ain't really on
my mom's cool with the dinner, but she ain't gonna turn down no jewelry. Man.
Yeah. My mom will turn down some jewelry.
Just try to like pay me back, like get another gift or like some. You don't have to pay for this. It's a gift.
Right. It won't be none of that. It won't be none of that. She gonna take some jewelry or whatever.
Right.
She pull with a little card or a teddy bear or something.
Right.
Why you feel me? She the same way. Pull up on me, shit. Go get something to eat off of that.
Facts.
Pay for the meal. You feel me? Get me right.
Fact. That's all that matters.
All the old heads know what it is, man. You feel me? I'm cool. I'm with that too. I love that. Like, let's just get together. You feel me? Like,
Fact.
My family, we party. We gonna have a good time when we link up. Like,
vibes.
we gonna turn it up. Like, we gonna get music, drinks, whatever you want. You feel me? Like, we gonna turn it up for sure. That's one thing I fuck with for sure. With all my family, we turn it up when it's time to turn it up. For sure.
That's a fact. Shout out to the family.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's the holidays right there, man. It's changed over time, man. Like, as a kid, that's like, you can't wait for the Christmas, you feel me? Like, it become damn near, I don't want to say a burden, but some damn near a burden.
Damn near, yeah. But the pressure, the expectation.
Facts. Everything is stressful time of the year. Like, I gotta delegate money to some whole other shit.
Right, that I totally wasn't thinking of. You ain't thought about this shit all year. And that's the only thing that matters. Like,
sacrifice to us. Part of the sacrifice you make as an adult, I guess. One of them.
That's a fact.
And you gotta start planning for the next year too. Like, it's almost that time.
Right, and it's worse. Like Gabby's birthday is at the end of the damn year. So planning for something, two things you have to think about all year. You gotta think about back to fucking back. And because shit at the end of the year comes up so quick, like Gabby just turned 6, but because it's already about to be January 2022, I'm like, damn, Gabby will be 7 this year. And then time will breeze all the way to October. I'm like, you just turned 6. Like, what the fuck? So it feel like that shit comes way faster. Like, not only is you planning for Christmas, but you also got a birthday, and that shit just feel like it's always coming. Something is always, there's a really big expense that's always about to come. That's what it feels like. Like,
I don't think about it like that though, bro.
No, not that I don't appreciate other things around it.
Appreciate you feel me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, don't be like stressing over the next birthday, like that shit.
Yeah, that shit come and go. I'm not even more so focused on the financial aspect of it, but more so the time. Like,
that's why you gotta really make it a point to enjoy. Like,
fact, that's what remember I was telling you about that last episode. Like, appreciating time has like really been a thing for me as an adult because that shit go by so fucking
really
quick.
Be in it, like really be in it.
Every day you gotta be, because that shit is like, I kid you not, like, damn, this kid just turned 6 and finna be 7. Literally, like, that's crazy. In less than a year, she'll be 7, and she just turned 6.
The other day when she was just a baby, like,
yeah, like, when did you get this big?
Like, she's making sentences now.
Whole ass
tall,
feelings and emotions, attitudes. Like, you a whole person.
Yeah.
Like, you were always that, but it's just more and more obvious now. You're just a little person. Like,
that's how it be.
You got opinions. Yeah, that shit is dope.
That's how it fucking be, man. Anything else, man? Y'all got anything else y'all want to touch on?
I'm good. I think we did a killer one today. Smooth. Conversational. Yep.
Man. Yeah, but we got it in, man.
Anything else? Any closing remarks y'all like to make? You feel me?
Rest in peace to Marius Thomas.
Oh, facts.
Rest in peace, man.
Damn, Slim 400, bro. That shit is fucking.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that real quick.
Yeah. Did y'all see the video to that shit?
No.
Nope.
No.
I'm not
You
watching.
You nigga who be watching all that.
Bro, that shit is.
No, Dennis. It's not. Whatever you're about to say. It's not. Stop watching that shit.
Bro, I tried to.
You're traumatizing yourself.
I genuinely tried to not watch that shit.
No, you see you watch all of that.
No. I don't want. I haven't seen as much as I used to. I don't tune into as much of the Chicago.
Stop watching that shit, Dennis. Like, bro, stop watching that shit. You are traumatizing yourself.
I believe
you know it or not.
I believe
Stop watching all that.
That shit is crazy.
Like, it's bad enough just hearing the shit happen. You feel me? You gonna hear about what happened. Like, you do not have to visually experience that, my nigga. Yeah. That's another bad thing we talking about. What all of this shit. Like, we talked about technology everywhere, phones everywhere, everything recorded. Everybody got a Ring doorbell. Everything is recorded, man. You're like, stop. We don't need to be seeing all that shit. We don't need to be seeing niggas that look like us getting, you feel me, getting murked out here.
Yeah.
You feel me? Keep it 1,000, getting murked. Like, we definitely don't need to be seeing that. But rest in peace, Slim 400. We gotta, as a people, we gotta chill out, bro. I don't know. It's like every week we talking about some
definitely
shit,
every month somebody died. Somebody major. Like,
every
damn,
week,
we lost him,
her,
every fucking month.
Week, nigga, for sure.
It's a little bit worse worse that it's like at the end of the year, like
Yeah.
you didn't get to cross the finish line until the next year.
That's how Mo3, King Von, they all died in a couple weeks of each other in November. FBG Duck, they all died weeks apart.
And you watch all of them motherfuckers die.
No.
Yes.
I watched King Von. FBG Duck, there was no video of that.
But you looked for it.
I did. I ain't lie. Yeah.
You seen Mo3.
Yeah, Mo3 shit was crazy. I didn't. The actual video didn't exist, but him being there, yeah, that aftermath.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
Out,
bro, that shit is like
Stop doing that to yourself.
It's captivating. You right. It's totally not good.
It's
but
not captivating, bro.
It
Stop
is.
doing that shit to yourself, man. Stop doing that to yourself.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I think that I don't watch it from an entertaining standpoint. I watch it more so from like a disbelief. Like I am so in disbelief that this happened or it happened like this or it happened in this location. That's why I watch. I'm never entertained by that shit ever. But the fact that that happened is unbelievable, and you wouldn't believe it unless somebody recorded it. So when you see it, it's like, wow, like this really fucking happened in the world. I think that's why I watch. But I'm not watching it to be tuned. Captivating isn't even the right word. I shouldn't use that because that has like a positive connotation to it. I'm not saying it like that. Like this shit is positive and interesting. It's not. It's like you just wouldn't believe it fucking happened until you saw it. Like wow.
No, I believe it, nigga. I don't need to see none of that shit. That's you.
Yeah.
I don't need to see none of that shit. I don't want to see it. I'm mad if you show it to me. I don't want to see that shit. Like, I'm tired of seeing niggas that look like me just disappearing off the face of the earth. Like, dying tragic deaths, my nigga. Like, that shit is not cool, dog. Like, that shit, nothing is cool about that, bro. Ain't nothing cool about that type of shit, man. Rest in peace, Slim 400, man. Let's start killing ourselves.
Please.
Let's start killing each other over nothing. Bro was at his pop's house, I want to say, going to visit his pops, or a family house, a family member house type shit, for sure. You can't even go pull up on pops, you feel me? Like, it's that grimy outside. LA crazy as a motherfucker in general right now.
Crazy.
Robberies and all types of shit. All killing everything moving out there. Like, this shit is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous, man. Like, but yeah, rest in peace, Slim 400, man.
Facts.
Damn, dog. Man. Yeah, we have to get that off though.
Facts, have to. Y'all already know who I be. Per usual. Big weed.
Man. Dead Better Flair, Big Diesel, you know what it is with me, man.
It's just Melage over here.
Is that your theme?
Just Melage.
Just Melage.
Yeah,
that's who it is. Keep it breezy.
Yeah, that's what it is,
man.
Be cool.
We done. Stay tuned for episode 6 coming soon.
Yes, sir. Yes,
we
sir.
Back.
Like, comment, subscribe. Same as always,
Facts.
man. Do what it does,
Facts.
man. Let us know what it is.
Talk some shit. Let us know what you like, didn't like.
All of that, man. Some thoughts. Until next time.
Facts. Chris and Ham, I am.
Yes, sir.
Take care of yourself.
Peace. Alright, that's hour 49. Couple seconds. That's what I started. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like that. That shit was smooth.
Yep.
We kind of jumped right into it. That's why I started recording so quickly. That's
Man,
the.
I didn't even have the audio going there. I'm like, damn.
But remember last time I said as soon as everybody walk in, we gonna be recording. I said that. So because that's how we create that conversational shit kind of immediately.